Nikki Haley's the governor of South Carolina. She's trying to get reelected. She was challenged on the issue of the Confederate flag still flying at the State House in South Carolina. It's been a while since the Civil War, and remember, the Confederates were on the losing side. South Carolina rejoined the Union. The Confederates were the traitors who betrayed the Union. But nonetheless, it's our heritage! Well, slavery was also your heritage and part of what the Civil War was about. There are some parts of your heritage that you shouldn't be that proud of. Okay, but nonetheless, that flag still proudly flies in South Carolina at the State House. So she was asked about that, and she has some interesting responses. Let's watch the debates.
I think that the people of South Carolina are tired of having an image across America that's not truly who we are. I think we're tired of having an image that we're stuck in the past and divided. I believe that it's time that we retire the Confederate flag to a place of respect where the history of this great state can be told, and that we all rally together under a flag that unites us all, the American flag that looks toward the future and not the past. And that's what we need in leaders in South Carolina.
Thank you. You know, the Confederate flag is a very sensitive issue. And what I can tell you is over the last 3.5 years, I spend a lot of my days on the phones with CEOs and recruiting jobs to this state. I can honestly say I have not had one conversation with a single CEO about the Confederate flag.
Isn't that the most amazing defense you've ever heard? It's okay. I talked to the CEOs and they're fine with it. So let's just move on. If it doesn't offend the CEOs, why would I care? Oh, it offends other people, citizens, black people. Who cares? I cleared it with my bosses. They're fine with it. Now, look, I understand the context. Of course, you heard it there. The issue is it hurting business in South Carolina that you've got this flag that represents a lot of things that people aren't comfortable with, and hence they might not want to do business in South Carolina. But it's interesting that she started with that. I checked with the CEOs and they're okay with it. Now, you think that's bad? I think in some ways it's going to get worse here. I love two defenses wrapped up in this answer. Watch.
What is important here is that we look at the fact that, yes, perception of South Carolina matters. That's why we have everybody answering the phones. It's a great day in South Carolina. That's why we're being named the friendliest state and the most patriotic state and getting all these great accolades. But we really kind of fixed all that when you elected the first Indian American female governor, when we appointed the first African American U.S. senator.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, if you're not familiar with what's going on in South Carolina, Nikki Haley there, the governor, says she fixed part of this because when employees now answer the phones in South Carolina, they say, it's a great day in South Carolina. Oh, well then it's all fixed then. The Confederate flag is irrelevant, everything else is irrelevant, because they say it's a great day in South Carolina, so it must be. But the better one was, Nikki Haley, of course, is Indian American, and so she was referring to herself. All this was solved when you elected me. Oh, okay, well, there's no more racism in South Carolina, there's no any problems, any discrimination, and you don't have to worry about the Confederate flag representing racism because they already elected Nikki Haley. So all the problems are solved. That's an interesting take. Look, man, good folks of South Carolina, you gotta let it go. How long has it been since the Civil War? Almost 150 years. One, you lost, get over it. Two, it's not you. How many generations ago was it? I mean, I call them traitors because that's literally what they were, but you didn't do it, okay? But when you say, I'm going to proudly fly the flag of the traitors, and the people who were willing to die to make sure they could hold African Americans as slaves, well, then I got to say I question your judgment. Let it go. Let it go. Listen to Frozen, okay? The theme of that movie should ring through your head with the Confederate flag. Let it go. Let it go.